So this is probably not the discussion to have right now, but I'm gonna have this conversation anyway. So I watched this video with Janet Jackson where she was having a conversation with her man, and she was like, how could you let another man bend you over? And he goes, it wasn't, this. And then she goes, oh, so you the one doing the bending. You know the answer to that? Maybe she wasn't woman enough. Cooking, doing the cleaning, paying the bills. Women want to be self-made and independent these days. They want to be single mothers and give off that perception of every woman is a Beyonce. Every woman takes care of their home and this, that, and other. But I turned my bill into the state about what it takes to manage just one small property, a 300,000, 400,000 property. And I made the value of those homes go up almost 2-3 times with my management of a home versus the state's mandated, regulated policies of managing like a 4-person home, 2 parents and 2 children. And I'm out here like, ladies, outside all the LGBTQ talk and stuff like that, I don't think everybody's sane. I feel like same-sex couples are great. I feel like if the relationship is great, but I feel like gay couples, there's a lot of gay people that they need corporate chaplains and they need assistance and they want somebody to lean on. They want somebody to protect them. They want somebody to protect them from their ailments. You know what I'm saying? And with a same-sex couple, you can have 2 masculine guys going at each other or 2 feminine girls going at each other. Or, a throuple. You know how throuples happen? Sometimes parents can't have kids or they adopt into another child and they become a little throuple. Not saying they actually have a relationship where it's physical, but a real relationship, But I was looking up there and I was like, how disrespectful. I hope you was doing everything as a woman in your power that you could to hold your home together, because there's a lot of y'all that make mistakes and excuses. You know that video where she's like, let's normalize paying people what they worth? Or that video I love on World Star Hip Hop that goes, with Auntie up there fussing everybody else out. Auntie was up there going in. But I'm up here like, with a same-sex couple, at least you don't have to deal with all the bullshit. At least you really know each other, figure each other out and stuff. With a straight relationship, how is it that so many of y'all are divorced? Because it worked out so well for you. On a level of, in your 3rd divorce, Susan, dick won't that good. Apparently the twat won't that good either. You know what I'm saying? Y'all running around, y'all want to be movie stars and stuff and starring in these specials. And I'm not rude and I'm not abusive to women and stuff, but there's a lot of women that are abusive, especially in their industries. There are so many women that are abusive, using men for food stamps, using them for sex, using them to get the cat wet. And then there's the medical side that I also take with it, where it's like I can show somebody 2 same-sex couple versus a gay couple. There is significant differences, in my opinion, between a gay couple and a same-sex relationship or a marriage. Including the way it looks, the way it is perceived, the way it's perceived in other countries, because there's a lot of people that need help with gender and emotions, and plenty of the emotions, it stems from trauma and traumatic situations, and some of it's like a scapegoat in most people's heads to where, they take and they pile all this stuff up and they need a counselor, or they go have sex to satisfy a need or a craving in their mind intelligently or emotionally. And then with a same-sex couple, there's a difference between you love somebody or you love the thought of somebody and I love you versus I'm totally in love with you. Those are two totally different things because the sex, I guarantee you, is not going to feel the same. It's not going to look the same. You know, this goes back to color creativity tour, you know, my color creativity 1 and 2, where I was discussing some of the differences up there. And most people would say that why didn't you get security for that? When you talk about those discussions here in the Middle East, people have their feelings about gay people. Well, because I think a lot of y'all in gambling debt. If y'all wouldn't gamble so much of y'all lives and other people's lives away if y'all wouldn't gamble so many people's lives away financially and all this debt weight, it's like I was telling myself the other day, because I treat myself like my quotes that I put on my Instagram. You know, when you see me talking to myself, pretend I'm having a board meeting, and I got virtual employees and people that work on the internet and through virtual jobs and assistants, and they're virtual, and I'm up there like, you know, on myself personally, I'm single, not available, but I relate more to the millennials than the elders, because the elders were came up in a position where slavery was so much more relevant, and keeping strict and structure back during the 90s and 80s. You know, you had World War I, World War II, the Civil Wars, and Indian American War and stuff. You know, back in those days, you know, there was more strict, but these days people getting married just to be able to pay bills. The older generation, you know, some of them overspent, some of them supported a war that everybody doesn't support, and some people talk about LGBTQ pride way too much. I feel like, I don't want to kill their buzz or anything, but I feel like if y'all had y'all's personal finances together and yourself, your state of mind mentally and emotionally, I feel like you would be at peace with yourself, and like Eartha Kitt, you would want somebody to share yourself with them and have their stuff together too. So when it comes to all the conversations, so maybe she wasn't woman enough. Can a man do more for another man than a woman can? If she ain't on her business and she's over there wanting to be baby mamas around drug dealers and wanting to be the hottest thing on the block, and, you know, wanting to be that Byron. I mean, that's all I hear every time I pull out a food stamp. Byron. You know what I'm saying? That type of lifestyle, they love it, and they get it. They get them on reality television because people like seeing that type of stuff. But maybe they wasn't woman enough. And to the men, it's funny when I say she wasn't woman enough. The men that would go after her and that would sit there and watch that and say, "But she bad though. She bad though. I go after her. Don't worry about him. I'm about to come after her." And didn't I just tell you she wasn't she wasn't woman enough? And then here you go dating her, and she wasn't woman enough. So now you ain't man enough, you just a scrub. So would it really, so was the man good to them? Were they good to them? Taking care of the bills, taking care of the house, taking care of the car bills, notes. Were you handling your business? Was the sex good? Was you throwing it down? Was you laying it down and stuff? Maybe they wasn't man enough either. Maybe it was a little bit of both of y'all. But that's no reason for divorce or anything. Maybe you should go work on your marital relationship. But what if one party was right and the other one was wrong? You know, there's a lot of people that argue that stuff. If they argue LGBTQ pride and stuff like that, they won't, you know, have to have the discussion. They won't have to have multiple of these discussions. You know what I'm saying? And this is my regular state of mind, state of view, regardless of who you are. I'm just like, some of y'all not man enough, some of y'all not woman enough, some of y'all going through emotional trauma. You can't get to your new man or spouse or woman because you holding so much baggage over this, that, and other. And then my family, you know, it ain't really my family, just families in general, you know, that cling on to you, got to know this, got to know that. Ain't mind your own damn business. Talking about y'all, if I had them grade all the elders and baby boomers on how well they upkept their house while up to high school diploma of their child, what would they tell me? So you might not be human enough.